Greetings, dear viewers. Welcome to another Magicka Wizard Wars commentary. This video, although short, actually has two matches in it, the first of which is only 2 minutes long. And I really wanted to cover this particular matchup, and then we'll get into the second one in apparently just about 2 minutes or so. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this match started. I wanted to get some more Magicka gameplay in, because Magicka 2 is just on the horizon. And Magicka Wizard Wars is a great way to get some Magicka gameplay in. So my team begins by sending 3 off to this far spawn point down in the bottom lane, with 1 off to the top to capture the northeastern one. The enemy sends 2 down here to face us, so they're already outnumbered on this point. I'm trying to use a water spray to keep this wizard off. Lag kind of jumps him around a little bit, but the enemy is having trouble dealing with the being outnumbered. We do take out that enemy wizard by detonating the explosive barrel, which really wasn't the intent, I don't think. An explosive wall, or a firewall, exploded next to the explosive barrel, taking out one of the enemies, letting us secure that spawn point. Then I move up to the northwestern spawn point over here, where the enemy has quite the sizable force. They've got 4 imps and 2 enemy wizards. I put up an AoE barrier, put up a rock shield on myself, and I wet all of the enemies down with a water AoE, bring them all in. They all come in close of their own accord, and then I shock them down with some cold death lightning. All in all, I just took out 4 imps and 2 enemy wizards. This allows us to capture 3 spawn points on the map, with 2 enemies, now 3 enemies, down for the enemy team. So now it's just time to make my way over to the right and get myself into the fight as this enemy is trying to run away. Finish him off with a fire spray. Fire damage over time finishes him up. And that brings the match to a close. So that match actually fit within the time frame of a shadow play recording, which for me is 2 minutes long. So I thought that was pretty fun. I wanted to get that up for you guys, and just so that we didn't have a couple of minutes, just a couple of minutes worth of Magicka Wizard Wars. This match is the you know what? I'm just gonna leave that in, just so I didn't have only a couple of minutes worth of Magicka. I'm going to go ahead and put this match in. I played this one just tonight, actually, whereas the previous match I played a few nights ago. So this one is more recent in memory, although I may have seen the other one more times because I've just recently played this one once and now am watching it again. So this time my team sends 2 up to the top and 2 down to the bottom. I don't know why I pop off that cold death lightning there. I was trying to put up a barrier, or put up a ward. I'm engaging the enemy here. They're using some fire death lightning. I'm going to use a straight up death beam on the enemy, because that deals just a ton of damage if they're not prepared for it, and if they don't know how to handle it, they'll just continue taking damage. Now I'm going to use some cold balls over here too. That sounds funny. I'm going to use some frost boulders to try and apply a status effect to the enemy. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to slow them down. Now I'm going to ward myself with a full fire ward and put up a fire wall in front of me, so I don't take damage from the fire explosion because I've got the full fire ward up and the wall protects me from projectiles. The enemy approaches with low health, trying to go on the offensive without very many hit points. Didn't really serve him well, so he gets taken out. Now, I tried to use haste to get up to the northeastern spawn point, but I saw that the southern spawn point was getting taken over, although I had a teammate down here. I didn't know what had happened, so I turned around, effectively wasting a haste magic right there, which is, not ideal. But I did want to come back and play the defensive game, make sure we held on to 2 spawn points instead of going for that third one and losing the bottom one. It was just a defensive choice at that point. So now I do finally make my way up to the top, burn down these imps of the enemy teams, and then we're going to capture this spawn point here. I am keeping my eye on the minimap as I'm doing all this. I'm trying to spot and locate where all of the enemies are. We've got 3 spawn points here. I only see 2 enemies accounted for at the time I started that sentence. Now all 4 are actually in the northwest. I'm going to haste over there. I'm going to cast my haste magic to try and get over there. I want to get right into the middle, and then I want to put up my defensive spells, so an AoE shield, or an AoE barrier, and then my rock shield up to try and protect me from physical, beam, and sprays all at the same time. So that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm trying to stay in the middle of the enemy spawn point here so that I can contest it. So my ally and I are both doing the same thing. A conflagration spell is cast down on the lower half of the screen. One enemy is trying to get away. He's running away with some haste. My teammate and I are taking over this spawn point slowly because they don't have enough enemies within the area to capture the spawn point. I'm using cold death lightning again as the enemies come out of the spawn point, trying to capture them, trying to slow them down in that choke point, trying to take enemies down. I knocked my opponent down with a full earth AoE. That does knock him down. However, somehow, in all of that hecticness, one enemy managed to escape the battle and make his way down to the southern spawn point, captures it, and allows his team to respawn. So this match carries on. We're not going to take all 3 points and then take the enemy down at this particular point. So I run down here. I want to try and secure this game. I cast Meteor Shower because I had the focus to cast it. It's a gamble. It's a bit of a gamble type move. I had lots of focus available, so I cast it, hoping to knock down as many enemies as possible and provide an opening for my team to get into the southern spawn point and take that over. But it wasn't. Unfortunately, we weren't able to do that. My team and myself both weren't ready for the Meteor Shower. It's pretty silly that I wasn't ready for it, even though I cast it. I don't know. It's just one of those things. Like, okay, let's go ahead and flip a coin and see if we can win it right here, right now, which is why I cast that Meteor Shower. Now, I saw an enemy on the mini-map run over to the right side of the map, and then we lost vision of him. So I hasted over to the northeast spawn point to try and cut him off before he gets there. So we do see an enemy coming up the road. I did use 2 hastes, I believe, to get up here. I'm able to shock the enemy, try and keep him in 1 point. When enemy teleporting over, I've got an earth shield up that protected me from that strike of his, but I put up a water barrier and then push him away with water, applying the wet status effect, blast him with some lightning, finish him off, and there is the victory screen. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this particular video. If you liked it, let me know. Hit that like button. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.